Hello, Walsh families. I hope that you're doing well. This is Holly Elgin, principal here at Walsh, and I just wanted to share the information from Curriculum Night that was shared earlier this evening in the live WebEx. And so we are just going to go through some information that hopefully you'll find helpful. If there are questions that you have after reviewing this, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd be happy to help answer anything that we can and support you in any way possible. We appreciate the support that you have provided for us in these first few weeks as we've gotten started. You should be receiving a weekly email from me. I'm assuming that if you're receiving this or that you're looking at this, that you have received that email. But if for any reason you hear others say that they are not getting that, just have them reach out to us so that we can make sure everybody is included on our mailing list. I do want to mention that Walsh is we're going into our 4th year of being open. We are a Title I campus, and we are close to 700 students and have experienced quite a bit of growth in the last few years. And so this is my 2nd year here on the campus. Prior to this, I was an assistant principal at McAnally for several years, and prior to that, I was in Garland and Wiley ISDs. So I'm just thrilled to be at Walsh. It's a wonderful, wonderful campus. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump in this evening. All right, we've got our vision statement, growing greatness through exceptional experiences that empower learners for life. And our mission statement is ensuring high levels of learning for all students. This is a look at our focus document, which has remained consistent in the last 2 years. This is our 2nd year of implementation of our focus document. What we teach is we are committed to teaching to the depth of the learning standards and to ensuring that students master the essential learning standards at each grade level. How we teach. This section highlights some of our district-wide best instructional practices that supports critical thinking skills. Authentic literacy. Our goal is to build on students' reading and writing proficiency levels each year. We also want to ensure that every child is making academic progress each year. Framing everything we do is Aledo ISD's culture of excellence and Aledo ISD's professional learning community. We are committed to continuous improvement and growing greatness in both of these areas. This may look familiar to you as this was shared when we first began our discussions of what school would look like when we began again this fall. As you know, we're implementing an in-person and remote learning model this school year. Should the district be required to close school buildings, then all students would transition to remote learning. Thank you for your continued support as we are learning to navigate the remote learning environment. Regardless of the learning environment that was chosen for your child, we are committed to providing exceptional experiences in both environments. While the 2 learning environments have a separate instructional design, they cover the same content and skills, and they follow the same grading policy. Blended learning will help us navigate these 2 learning paths. Blended learning. In blended learning, the student learns, at least in part, through online learning with some element of student control over time, place, and/or pace. Blended learning comes from a mix of traditional face-to-face instructional time and digital instructional tools. Specifically, it's about the right way to do blended learning so that teachers and students alike can capture meaningful benefits and insights through technologies that support learning. It improves our efficacy and efficiency, and students and teachers can seamlessly pivot to remote learning and can continue to learn at high levels in the remote environment. To support blended learning and remote learning, we have 2 district-wide learning management systems in place: Seesaw in pre-K through 2 and Canvas in 3 through 12. While this has been a big learning curve for staff and students, it is a great instructional tool that we want to be sure students are well-versed in. We want to be sure that if we're required to shut down again, that our students will continue to learn from home. Students can access Seesaw and Canvas through Aledo ISD's single sign-on Launchpad. The login instructions are located on the district webpage, but here's that information again for your convenience. If you have any technical difficulties, please reach out to technology and they'll be able to troubleshoot any issues you may have. Our professional learning community will be instrumental while we navigate 2 learning environments this school year. Aledo ISD is a professional learning community where all educators work collaboratively to ensure that all students learn at high levels. We have a focus on learning, collaborative culture, and focus on results. In focus on learning, student learning is our top priority, and decisions are based on the students we serve. With our collaborative culture, teachers work interdependently and tap into each other's strengths to meet the varied needs of every student in their class. Students may be placed in small groups with different teachers from the team in order to work on targeted skills. In Aledo ISD, all means all, and we are committed to meeting the needs of all students so that we can ensure academic growth for every student. Focus on results. Collaborative teacher teams focus on evidence of student learning and are results-oriented. Collaborative teams are consistently gathering evidence of student learning, developing strategies to build on student strengths, and addressing weaknesses in learning. Collaborative teams engage a recursive cycle of improvement in order to achieve better results for the students they serve. In our weekly collaborative team meetings, we focus on 4 critical questions. What is it we want our students to know and be able to do? How will we know if each student has learned it? How will we respond when some students do not learn it? And how will we extend the learning for some students who have demonstrated proficiency? Our problem of practice remains consistent from last year, and our focus is on students gaining progress. And we want to ensure that every student is growing each year. We have several ways that we're doing progress monitoring. We are monitoring their progress in math and reading through district-wide programs. We have iExcel, MClass, and Lexia. In math, grades K through Algebra 2, student progress will be measured through a beginning, middle, and end of year iExcel screener. The data from this assessment provides teachers with your child's proficiency level in math so that targeted support can be provided, and the assessment will measure student growth throughout the year in mathematics. For ELAR, we will monitor student progress in grades K2 through the MClass screener 3 times per year. You can see that MClass measures several foundational literacy skills, and this data will be very beneficial to teachers as they work to build a strong reading foundation for our K2 students. In ELAR, grades 3 through 12, we measure growth through the Lexia Rapid Screener that is administered at the beginning, middle, and end of year. In addition to measuring student progress, students will also work within Lexia, which is a personalized learning program that develops critical reading and language skills through individualized learning paths. We do have a few changes that we've had with our grading policies. Our kinder and first grade report cards are standards-based, and our kindergarten was last year. First grade has now adopted a standards-based report card. Specific skills and learning targets are evaluated at the end of each grading cycle, and student progress toward the learning target are recorded. The 2021 revised guidelines are posted on the district website, and it's also here. And we do have some changes in 3 areas. One of those is in our formative assessment area. And in this section, students can now redo any formative assessment grade, and that's going to be daily work when students are still developing that knowledge and their skills, and they'll be able to redo it for up to 100%. For our summative assessments, students that earn below a 79% may redo for a maximum grade of 80%. This is a change from last year, which was 70% and 69%. Additionally, we have an academic integrity affirmation that parents and students completed within Parent Portal. Since in-person and remote learners will follow the same grading guidelines, it's imperative that students uphold academic integrity. In addition to parent and student acknowledgement from this section, in the grading guidelines, all students completed an online module on academic integrity to ensure that all students understand the importance of upholding academic integrity. We just want to thank you so much for your partnership and for helping us to grow greatness. If you have any questions or we can assist you in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are happy to help with anything that you might need. All right, y'all have a great evening, day, whenever you happen to be watching this.